Alright, this is a new episode of We Are 757 The Show. We got the boy AJ Epps. How you doing?
Doing good.
You gotta speak up, bro.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, but how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Now that high school is over, you feel like it went by fast?
Yeah, it went by pretty fast. Not too long ago, I was just a freshman. It was nothing like playing high school basketball. You know, Eastern District basketball is always fun, competitive. I went to, I made a move to Bishop Sullivan my junior year, played a little bit of private school basketball. It wasn't like Eastern District basketball, I can tell you that, but it was also competitive as well, playing against guards who, going to top schools, and it was pretty fun. But Eastern District basketball, making the move back there my 12th grade year was what I really wanted to do. And like I said, playing against friends and people I've been knowing since growing up is always fun.
What made you go back? Was that the first time playing with your brother on the team?
Yeah, that was my first time ever playing with my little brother. What made us go back to Granby was the money situation. I mean, I'm not saying we couldn't afford it, but it was just best because it's about $16 grand a year to go to Bishop Sullivan, and they got my scholarship down to $3 grand. And trying to get my brother there, they tried to say he had to pay about $75 grand, and my dad was just like, nah, I ain't paying that much. So we just head on, went back to Granby. But the initial decision was really for me to go to Maury and for him to reclass. But my dad really wanted us to play together, so we just stuck with the Granby move.
About to reclass. I think it's about to go back to 8th grade.
Yeah.
How you do that?
How you reclass?
Mm-hmm.
You hear about reclass?
I mean, I know a lot of people that reclass. But how do you reclass? Like, the rules?
I actually did it. I did it with Chase Coleman. I did it with, you already heard, all them guys. You just, after your last 8th grade in middle school, it's just like stand back a year for, not saying academic purposes, but athletic purposes. Stand back a year, developing your game, and you got to go to private school when you reclass. So we went to a little mini private school. We didn't actually play 8th grade. We didn't play basketball that 8th grade year. We just worked out and trained hard for the whole year, and then going into 9th grade, that's when we played varsity basketball. So it's just an opportunity to pick up on your skill set, your recruitment, and stuff like that.
So if you ain't reclass, you would have played with your brother too?
Yeah.
Like that 1 year that he was at Moore?
Yeah, his sophomore year, cause he reclassed too.
Okay.
Yeah.
He pretty much started that reclass little epidemic.
Yeah. I was with
around here.
Stephen Pleasure. Stephen Pleasure.
Yeah.
He was like the first person ever.
Yeah, Shores.
But he went to
and then went to like Fort Union.
Blue Ridge.
Blue Ridge.
Yeah, he went to Shores. That's crazy. What got you to start playing basketball? Like, a lot of Norfolk kids play football.
Yeah.
Or did you play both?
I played both. Actually, I played football and basketball. I played for the Saints. I played for the Saints, and I was 11, 12, and that's when I realized that football wasn't like my sport. Because I'm gonna actually tell you what happened. I was going out. It was a championship game, matter of fact, and I played wide receiver, and I went for a route. It was a fly, a go, and I went and I caught the ball. But as soon as I turned around, the safety was right there and knocked my helmet off, and I had a concussion. So I was like, nah, this ain't for me. And I wasn't really feeling football like I was feeling basketball. So after that, I started focusing more on basketball. And my dad, he played at Booker T. Washington from '94 to '98, I want to say. All Eastern District guard every year. And I just picked up off where he left at, and that's when I really started focusing on basketball.
When did you fall in love with it?
I fell in love with it. I want to say when I decided I wanted to reclass. I was if I'm really going back a grade for a sport, is this something I really want to do? Is it something I really love? And that's when I realized how much the game meant to me and what it meant to people around me and who played it. So that's how I really fell in love with the game and really decided that this is what I wanted to do.
When was your the first competitive team you actually got on?
First competitive team was my 8th grade year when we reclassed. We played for Coach Cliff Coleman, Boo Williams' team. That was my first competitive team. We had me, Chase, Day, Caleb Butts, Brequan Harrell, Sean Walker. We had a mob. That was the first team we actually competed against good teams, top teams in the nation. That's when I really, like I said, really started to take basketball seriously and believe that I could actually do something with it.
So Sean Walker from here?
Sean,
He
he's
from
from
Elizabeth City.
Elizabeth City. Yeah.
So like, well, him and his dad and my dad are really close because like his dad coached at East Carolina State. Well, he coached there now again too. So like they was real cool. So he knew my dad, the team. He brought him down. When he was with the Wildcats, like we had 2 Wildcats teams. So me, Keontae, Will. That's pretty much like it that you would probably know. That we was on one team and it was like him, Tashi Jones, Sean Walker, DeMar, Jalen Jordan, Joe. All of them was on one team.
Yeah, the mob.
And
Early on, before y'all even knew it.
And then, what was it, 14 on or 13 on when we combined team?
14.
We had a combined team. So
No, 13 because we were still the Wildcats.
Yeah, because it was me, AJ, Will, boy Kevin Mills, Keontae,
Sean.
TP, Sean Walker, DeMar, Diddy, Caleb.
Squad.
How y'all share playing time?
We'll finish the game.
Yeah.
Everybody got their chance first half. Second half, it was go time.
Yeah.
So when you got the Granby, freshman year, how was that? Because you got in the game as soon as you got there, right? Well, you started as soon as you got there, right?
Yeah. My freshman year, we had a couple pieces. We had a mob. It was me, Jeremiah Jenkins, Giovanni Jones, Diggy. We had Micah. We had the twins. We were guard heavy. And coming in as a freshman, I didn't know I was gonna start because them guys been playing there for like 2-3 years. And this was actually Coach Mike. That was his first year coaching second year coaching when I came. And just practicing with the guys and seeing like how they transformed from from freshman to their senior year. I was like, it's not that bad. I think I could come in as a freshman, be the go-to guy, and that's what I was, mainly the go-to guy.
Do you think being a lefty give you an advantage?
Oh yeah, lefties they hard to guard because most lefties can use both hands, and I write with my right hand, so I use both of my hands, and
yeah, you're just like me.
Yeah,
I'm the same way.
Yeah,
All sports with my left hand, but I write with my right hand.
Yeah.
Is your parents left-handed?
My grandma left-handed. That's the only person in my family left-handed. Everybody else right-handed.
See, I grew up. Both my parents left-handed, and my best friend was left-handed. And every time someone told me how to play sports, it was with their left hand. Yeah. So, that shit crazy. I can't do shit with my right hand, but dribble. But I dribble best with my right hand.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, like I throw a football with my right hand and everything. I don't do nothing else with my left hand but shoot.
So what advice did you give your brother coming into high school?
I just told him, coming in at athletic purposes, I told him Eastern District is always going to be a physical type of play. You know how in middle school he was 49, 50 points. I said that's not happening in high school. Told him, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be tougher, and the crowd is gonna try to get in your head and make you do things that you don't normally do. So you just gotta stay grounded and stay here, and he'll be straight. He's learning a lot. He got a lot to learn actually, but as a freshman, I think he came in, did what he's supposed to do, and he got 3 more years of high school basketball. So he's gonna take off from here.
You think you gonna miss it? Them Maury battles, because I know those battles was like crazy in the crowd.
Yeah,
especially that game y'all came back.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna miss it, man. Yeah. Playing against those guys were fun. I've been playing against them since my freshman year, and they always got the edge on me. Like every year they beat me. So
You sure?
yeah.
Freshman year?
Freshman year y'all beat us at Maury.
I had 0 points that game.
No, that was our sophomore year. We beat y'all at Grammy. Y'all beat us at Maury my freshman year. At Grammy we beat y'all my sophomore year.
So we was going back and forth.
Yeah, we was going back and forth.
I did.
But they still won more. So I mean, but them battles were always fun. Sellout crowd always playing against those guys. Bragging rights in the crib is always competitive.
Do you think playing in the Eastern District is harder than Bishop or TCIS?
TCIS, like just the TCIS?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Eastern District is. Well, when I went to Bishop, we didn't play in the TCIS. We played because we were kicked out the year before.
Football.
Yeah, because the football team. So our coach made our own schedule, and we played more of a, I don't want to say national schedule, but we played teams that are way better than teams in the TCIS. Like we played St. John's, played Trinity Episcopal. We played the teams like that, and our Eastern District I think is better than TCIS because it's more physical. Teams actually lock up and play defense nowadays. So Eastern District is a better conference than TCIS, I'd say.
Do you regret leaving because they won the TCIS this year, or do you happy you went to back to Grammy?
I'm happy I went back to Grammy because I wanted to get that feel again for my last year of high school basketball. Now that they were back in the Bishop was back in the TCIS, I don't think it was as competitive as it should have been. But no knock on Bishop. I mean, they had a good team. Sean Walker came in there and did his thing. Brandon Klein, they had Keenan. Pretty good team. But I just think, playing with my brother and playing in the Eastern District for my last year was probably the best decision I could have made.
When you played AAU, you got the opportunity to play with both Boo Williams' team and the Team Leather team. What's the difference? What was the difference in playing, or opportunity, or travel and all of that?
As far as playing with Boo Williams, I've been playing with Boo Williams since my 8th grade year. Like I said, with Coach Cliff Coleman, and then 9th grade year, that's when I played with Brian Graves. That 9th grade 15U team was probably the best all-around team that Boo Williams that year had, because we were the only team to punch a ticket to Peach Jam. Playing with those guys that was fun. Traveling with them, getting a different lifestyle experience, playing against top teams in the nation. And then I played for 16s. That's when I was going to play for Coach Chiz, but something went left, so I played for Coach Dip, the other team. And I mean, that year it was an okay year. Didn't pick up on recruitment as I wanted to, but it was okay. And then that's when I made the move to team loaded Coach Claiborne. That was a great year. Could have did better as a team. We lost a lot. Went to Spooky Newton, went 0-3. But all around,
y'all just had hella coaches at your games.
Yeah, bonding with the guys. A lot of us picked up on recruitment with Claiborne, and it was just fun. AAU was just something to remember.
What do you think is better for recruitment, high school or AAU? What benefited you the most?
What?
High school or AAU on recruitment?
AAU benefited me the most. I want to. That's a good question. AAU because high school you play against those guys every year. AAU, same people. AAU, you play against a variety of kids. Going different places, and it just, I want to say AAU, my first year brought that the best out of me, put that chip on my shoulder, like I'm playing with guys that's going big, that's going to school for this, and if I can play with them, I know I can go to school for it too. So I want to say AAU gave me that.
When
that
you
push.
Get your first offer or interest?
My first offer was my 9th grade year. The end of my 9th grade year, I got a D2 offer from Georgia Southwestern State, and that's when I started to pick up on interest going into my sophomore year. From more D1 schools like Hampton, Norfolk State, a lot of other D1 schools, ODU, but they never really came through like they. And then my sophomore year is when I got the Hampton offer. Coach Buck had came to a practice, him and Coach Graves. That's when Coach Graves was at Hampton. And Coach Buck was like, I really like that kid. He reminded me of Jermaine Merrill, so, he offered me on the spot. And that's when I had got another offer the next day. I don't know how I got the offer, but the coach called me. He was like, yo, this is a guy from Southern University, and he just offered me. I guess, I don't know. I just got the offer. And that was my third offer, and after that, I ain't get any more offers. And then that's when AAU season came around. I played for Claiborne, and I wanted to pick up on recruitment. And the health situation I got real sick. I was out basketball for 8 months, just real sick. So I decided to commit. I didn't want to wait, and I didn't want to lose the offer I had, so just committed.
What happened with that? Yeah, health. What happened? Well, that was when you was at Bishop, right?
Yeah, that's when I was.
Was you just woke up and started feeling weird?
Nah. It happened during the basketball season at Bishop. I missed the last 6-7 games at Bishop due to I started throwing up blood, passing out, having seizures. It was crazy. I don't know what triggered it. I went to the hospital one time and they found a bacteria infection, and they gave me medicine for that, and they thought that would fix it, but it just kept happening, back and forth to the hospital. No solution to it for real. I just had to heal on my own. So time went by, got better, and that's when I decided I was gonna commit to Hampton. And me and my dad, we sat down and talked about it. He was like, "You sure you want to do this? And you don't want to wait for something else?" I was like, nah, I don't want to lose the offer. So I just committed. And when you commit, you can always decommit unless you sign the paper or something. So I ain't signed that. So I'm like, schools can still call, still be interested. So I was still getting interest, but nobody ever really offered. So I just stuck with Hampton.
What how'd you get over your sickness, or what made you go back to playing? What was that moment you was like, I can play again?
Me and my mom, we found a natural remedy for it, because the medicine they were giving me wasn't really working. So my mom, she does research. She was researching how can headaches, migraines go away, and what's causing the seizures he's having, and all this stuff. So we did research, and we found stuff I can eat, drink that makes me feel better. And we were doing that for about a good 2 months. Got better, and one night I prayed. This is crazy story. I prayed. I was feeling horrible. I prayed, and I'm just like, God, please, just make this go away. Woke up the next morning, gone. Feel brand new. I'm like, hey, Ma, I feel like I can play again. So she said, go outside and run. Went outside and ran. I was out of shape, but went outside and ran. Felt like I could play again. So, but by then the season was over with at Bishop. So I just started training, and then that's when I decided to go back to Grammy. And from there, I was good.
So your first game back was AAU?
Yeah. First game back was AAU.
When I was there with you?
Yeah. And everything was cool with the coaches and players and stuff. And then the following weeks after that, I had an unofficial to Hampton, and it just felt like home. I didn't want to go far from my family. And Coach Buck, the type of coach he is, he lets his guys go, and that's how I like to play. I like to go. I like to go up and down. Just bonding. The bond I got with the coaches there, and the bond I had with one of the coaches at Hampton is really why I chose Hampton. And this is my style of play, and that's how I like to play, up and down.
You think you gonna fill them shoes in Monroe?
And some big shoes to fill.
What are you number 5 in the nation?
Yeah, number 5 in the nation in scoring. So
well, you gonna be able to play a year with him, right?
Yeah, he said he most likely gonna stay. I should hopefully play with him his senior year, my freshman year, learn a lot from him, see what he does, how he carries things, and going into my sophomore year,
What conference are you in now?
Big South.
Big South.
So
that's with Radford, right?
Yeah. Going into my sophomore year, I got the keys. So.
What's the best player you ever had to play guard?
High school level, go with Chase.
Why?
His decision making, the way how he thinks with the ball is like I never got nobody who can think as well as him. Try to throw him off a little bit by, jabbing at him. That don't work. Jabbing at him, throwing traps at him. I mean, he just can think, and he quick with his handle. Can break down a defender easily. So I mean, one of the best guards I had to guard in high school basketball. On the circuit, I don't really remember who I had to guard.
I don't know, bro.
You know the dude AJ. What's the dude AJ? He played for Final. No, not Final.
AJ Harger?
Yeah, him.
The big guard.
Yeah,
I
had to I had to guard him. He a bully.
He a bully.
Yeah, so
He like a big Brian with a jump shot.
yeah.
He said Big Brian.
Yeah, but he more crafty with it too.
I got a video. I made him fall.
For real?
Yeah, I didn't want to pull out the video. I made him fall though. I got it in my phone right now.
He's shifty though.
Made him fall. But yeah, the toughest guards I had to guard. Yeah.
What's the best game you ever had?
The best game out of my whole high school career, like points wise or
Just no matter.
I want to say at Bishop when we played Trinity, I finished with like 35. That was the best all around game I ever played.
That's when they had everybody too, right?
They had Jason Wade. They had Mondo.
You talking about that Trinity?
Yeah.
I thought you talking about Nickelberry now. We had 35.
Oh, that too.
With like 17 free throws.
That too. Yeah, I gave Josh Nickelberry them 35 too. We beat them by like 20 though. I don't know how, but we did. They had Ian Steer, Josh Nickelberry,
Monty Bates.
Yeah.
No, not Monty Bates.
They did have Monty Bates.
That was his name.
Yeah,
The big
Monty
ugly.
Bates. Yeah, that Monty Bates.
Yeah.
Literally the best 2 games. Yeah, but my 12th grade year, best game I had was, what was the best game I had? The first game against them at Northview.
Yeah, 29.
Had 29 on them, but they beat us, so I mean, it ain't really matter.
That was a mistake game. You ain't bring your shoes.
Yeah, I ain't bring my shoes the game. I had the ball in the Jordans from 11s. I ain't bring my shoes. Yeah.
I did that before. I ain't get to play though. My coach ain't play me.
Yeah.
Cause we had team shoes. That was when niggas had to wear team shoes. And if you ain't had team shoes at Tallwood, you ain't had to. We couldn't have like no individuality. We all had to wear the same thing. Shit was crazy, but it taught us a lot of discipline at the time. What how important is grades to you in your household and to you as an athlete?
In the house is very important. My mom, she's a principal. She was a teacher, but now she's an assistant principal, and that's one thing she don't play about. At first it was no C's allowed. Couldn't have a C. Came home with a C, punishment. Give me your phone. Give me your game. All that. So she don't play about that. But now that I make all A's now, so I take grades pretty serious because I don't want to be known as just a basketball player. I want to be known as a smart kid. So I take it pretty serious.
What's your most memorable moment playing high school? Or yeah,
my senior night was my most memorable moment.
Who'd y'all play against?
Lake Taylor. That was my last home game at Granby High School. We brought the city out that day. Family was crazy. Had a whole section behind the bench was full of my family. It was just crazy. There was a lot of emotion that night. We actually won. I finished with like 27. It was a great night overall. Just playing my last game there, it was a lot of fun. And knowing that I can end it with my little brother, that's what made it better.
Alright, this is a weird question. And when you see like me or Andrew on the sideline, do you change your game?
Now, I'm not even gonna lie. When I see y'all, bro, I'll be like, yo, I gotta put on the show, bro. I got like in the scope. I'm at the scope. We played Smith, and Andrew was there. So I'm like, yo, it's a playoff game. Andrew in the building. I gotta put on a show. Like, dang. So I'm trying to get a slam mixtape. So I see him record and warm up. I'm like, all right, the bucket and sit recording or whatever, and like the game gets started. I'm like, all right, bet I gotta make something happen. Like something and telling me like you gotta do something, AJ. Like make something happen, but like instead of just letting the game come to me, you know, I rushed it and trying to be the hero, and you know we end up losing by 20. But and he ended up leaving early. He was like, man, this got bad. So he left early.
I think he said he was only there to watch y'all.
Yeah, he was there for me and my brother, yeah. But when I see y'all, I know, like, yeah, I got to put on a show. Like, if my guy's here, so, you know, I got to put on a show for the camera. So.
I know y'all changed y'all game. You and Brian, especially Brian, bro.
Yeah.
He try to get fancy with
but
it.
Sometimes when I see y'all, I'm like, all right, they here. I'm going to just do what I do. Like, sometimes I don't see y'all at all, and that'd be the game I end up snapping, and y'all hit me up with a mixtape. So
that's why I try not to tell y'all I'm coming to y'all game. I try to just
show up.
Just show up, cause y'all be changing y'all game, playing bad. Then I gotta make a mixtape with somebody that I don't want to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What do you think mixtapes with social media help y'all or make y'all play weird or?
I mean, it can, but
It do.
yeah.
Are y'all playing for the mixtapes or?
I mean,
You're playing.
I'm not.
Get a scholarship and go to school.
I know I'm gonna get it regardless. Like I'm gonna get the mixtape or the attention regardless. So I'm not actually playing for the mixtape. But it is kids like nowadays that's like just playing for the mixtape, looking for like they'll hit y'all up and be like, yo, come to the game. I need a mixtape. Like kids like that. Like I don't do that. I know y'all gonna show up, and I know I'm gonna get it. So I just play for like you said a scholarship and you know stuff like that.
Next question. Well, I asked 2 questions. What have you ever DM'd a celebrity?
Nah. Nah. Matter of fact, did I? I mean, I ain't gonna say he's a celebrity, but he in the league. What's his name? Dodo. Me and Dodo, we have conversations a lot. But I mean, other than that, I don't really talk to no other celebrities. That man right there. No. Uncle in the film. So, I mean, yeah, other than that, nah, I don't DM no celebrity.
I know when I was with y'all last year with the team loaded, you stayed on the phone boo-loving.
Yo, this dude caught me on FaceTime, bro. In the middle of the jump, caught me on FaceTime.
You still like that?
Nah, well.
I
ain't as bad as I was. I ain't
ain't
as bad as I was, but I still be on the phone with Shorty. So.
All right, passing the torch to your brother. What advice you give him since you're not gonna get a chance to play with him no more?
I mean, he got all the tools he need. I mean, just stay away from the negativity. That's all you really can do and prove people wrong. Cause I mean, I ain't gonna say he's hating on right now, but a lot of people doubting what he can do and what he's done his freshman year, not thinking that he can, you know, do it on a better level. Like he has a lot more to give and a lot more to learn. So I mean, I think he's gonna be the best guard since Matt Coleman coming out of the 757. So
What's your all-time goal for basketball? Pros, or you just want to make money playing?
I wanna be able to still play after college, even if it's, you know, D League, G League, overseas. I want some type of way to make money doing what I love. I'm not just doing it for the money though. Doing it because I actually love it and it's actually something I enjoy doing. But, you know, after basketball, you know, I plan on being a businessman, entrepreneur, and probably still staying in the field of sports, like agency and stuff like that. So, you know, I'll never like get out of the game of basketball. I'm always gonna stay in it, even if it's coaching or whatever it's gonna be. If I'm not playing, it's gonna have something to do with basketball.